Now, to some extent, I know a lot of you do not want to be bad at NBA 2K. If you say you do, you're lying. You are lying. I know you're lying because you clicked the video. In the Center Academy, I'm going to give you guys the best tips and tricks to become a better shooter as well as a better defender. By the time this video is over, you'll know all the hidden secrets that the competitive players don't want to tell you. Who knows, they might just be nervous you'll become better. But around the time of this recording, I'm currently sitting at 8,700 subscribers. At the moment, we're growing at a fast pace. I just gotta stay consistent. If you guys are new to the channel, or if you're new to the KGR family, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. That way you're alerted whenever I post. If this video helps you in any way, make sure you guys drop a like. The like goal for today's video is 100 likes. And without further ado, let's turn you guys into some dogs. Let's go! This year will be my year.
I love Chris
Let's go! Got a baddie in the cockpit. Niggas saying don't stop it. Pick up a check for Drilly the drop. I know the rope and hectic. Keep a 30 can't stress. Bitches want me cause I'm flexing.
Keep grinding, random. Alright, so guys, for starters, these are the best dunk packages to use for all centers in NBA 2K23. These are quote-unquote the most unblockable dunks to use on the game. Any situation, regardless of what's going on, I always have these dunk packages equipped. The only time you won't see me use quick drops is if I'm playing an attorney or a wager where I can't use them. But I'm telling you all right now, quick drops is definitely the most overpowered dunk package on this game. So if you don't have these dunk packages on, you need to go put them on right now. Screenshot this, take a picture, do whatever you gotta do. But if you want to be successful, these are the packages you need. These are must needed. Now, in terms of your dribble pull-up, this is the best dribble pull-up on NBA 2K23. And that's Devin Booker. For all centers, you can't use Trae Young, but Devin Booker, it's the next Trae Young. It's a great substitute, and it's the second best option you can use since Trae Young is locked for bigs. Now, by all means, if you already have a dribble pull-up that you love and you can time easily, go for it. But if you need a good one, Devin Booker is the #1 option. Now, in terms of your defensive settings, if you don't have your defensive assist with the tense D at 15, pause, then I don't know what you're doing. If you don't want to slide, you need to have it set to 15. Now, in terms of your box out assist strength, you want to have that set to 75. You want to have your pro stick defense set to absolute and receiver control, receiver get open. But if you want to limit your sliding and you don't want to slide at all, you need to run 1575 as your defensive settings. It's a must have. I'm telling you right now, you will not slide at all. Now that you know the basic tips to set yourself up, let's go ahead and get straight into the gameplay. Alright, so pretty much, guys, in this gameplay right here, I'm going to be giving you guys the keys necessary to win. I'm going to give you guys a good walkthrough on what it takes to be successful and win. Things you need to look out for and things you just need to do in order to win. You don't have to be the most amazing center. You don't have to be the greatest center, but as long as you use your brain, you play smart, and you play to win, you can beat anybody. Now, in this gameplay, I'm playing with my guy Hezzy, and I'm playing with my guy One. We're running a typical stage lineup, a 6'1 guard, a 6'6 lock, and a 6'8 big. In this gameplay, there's plenty of ISO going on. If you play this game a lot, then you know the meta is ISO. I'll occasionally set screens here and there, but it's just situational if I do. So let's get into the gameplay. All right, so first possession, we're not going to start with the ball here. We're going to start on defense. And with everything that's going to go on, I'm going to break down everything that you need to know. So that way nobody gets confused and nobody gets lost. All right, so as you can see with that first possession, he's wide open. With everything that's happening, I'm going to slow it down. That way you can understand why I do whatever I do. So right here, as you can see, Dorito's wide open at the top of the key. As he recovers, and right here, he's towards the middle. So it makes no sense for me to commit. And he's at the top of the key. So the best thing for me to do right here is instantly go for a box out and keep the opposing center from getting the rebound. And like I said, with everything that happens, I'm going to give you a vivid breakdown of what's going on. That way nobody's confused, and that way I'm vividly explaining and telling you guys what you need to do to win as a center and be successful. And if you guys have any questions or any tips that you need to know, just let me know down in the comment section or follow my TikTok. The link to that is in the description. All right, so as you guys can see, Hezzy decides to V-line to the rim right here. He ends up not converting the layup. And in regards to that layup he just took, it wasn't the worst take, but he definitely could have got a better look. If you notice, the center baited it, came up a little bit, but the guard got the contest, so that's why he missed. He could have either dotted me or just waited, but like I said, it wasn't the worst take, but it wasn't a good one. And one thing I will say, animations do play a huge factor in terms of this game to being more successful. You having the right animations could set you up big time. As you guys can see right here, I have the wide open break and I take the easy dunk to put us up 2-0. A lot of people don't realize, but paying attention as the center is big. As soon as Hezzy got the steal, look at me, I'm beelining to the basket. In this situation right here, if I'm ahead of Hezzy, I'm beelining to the rim, but if I'm behind Hezzy, I'm beelining to the three-point line every single time. Playing with the brain will set you apart. Just having IQ and knowing when to do certain things will put you in a better position to win every single time. With this next play though, there is a lot going on defense. This was a very long possession. This play, as you can see, Dorito's trying to beeline his way to the basket, but he sees me kind of bait it back to him until he decides to back out and reset. Hezi ends up almost getting a steal here, but he doesn't convert it. Keep in mind, there's 10 seconds left on the clock, so either here, you see he's in a really bad spot. So at this point, the play is pretty much dead, so he's just looking to find anybody he can. The lockdown, the big. It's 6 seconds left. He's picked up the ball. If you pay close attention, I'm kind of having to play two things because my guard just randomly stops in the middle of the play. 6 seconds left on the clock. I drop down to the lock, come back up to the big, thinking my guard was going to be there, but he wasn't there. Hurstops luckily missed that wide open three. But as a center, those are just things you have to play for and immediately always box out. You need to be the first one down. You're the safety net of the team at all times. As you guys can see, immediately off the board, we hit the break and Hezi's wide open in the corner. That's a big ring. When y'all push the court, you want to make sure there's enough spacing to where your guard can score, you can score, or the lock if necessary. Like I mentioned before, as the center, you want to always remember you're the team's safety net, so whatever goes wrong, you need to be there. So in this possession, as you guys can see, Hezi decides to press X and gamble in the backcourt. Now, just by him doing this gives Dorito three options. Dorito can either A, make a read and try to get the ball to the center, B, take a dunk, or C, try to walk back and get a reset on offense. And 9 times out of 10, he knows I'm gonna try to bait this and get back to the center. In situations like this, it's best for you to either cut them off or bait it back to the center. I decided to slightly bait it, but still commit fully because I knew he was gonna try to dunk. In that situation, it was just the best option for him to just dunk the ball. In situations like that, you always want to have the no three mindset, especially when you have a lead that high. Immediately, I'm looking down court. Always have your icons up, always. And if they're double pressing the guard, look to give it to the lockdown here, just like we did Hezi. That puts us up 7-2 just by playing smart and using our brain. It doesn't take a lot. Now, this next possession, Dorito is definitely looking to make something happen. They're down 7-2. 9 times out of 10, we know he's looking for a three here. The way he was running, we thought he was about to beeline to the basket, but he ends up shooting a dog shot. That's a big shot by him. Right there is the center. You just don't want to give up any threes. You want to play no three at all times. That's the biggest mindset you want to have, especially when the game is this close. Right here, we have another fast break. He calls out Hezi for the back door. I'm going towards the left side, but Gardner does play, but we do get the basket to go. Like I said, spacing is key. In situations like that, you don't want to crowd the lane. Right here, this play is on me. As the center, you always want to play the safety net no matter what's going on. In some situations, it's okay to press the guard, but right there, that was on me. And typically, the only time you really want to press the guard as the center is if you're going for a blitz. Right here, it's more of the same thing. One is looking for any openings, but we see the center's baiting heavy, and then he ends up committing late, but we still get the layup to go. If you pay attention to how this center plays, he does a lot of baiting and then committing, so he goes in and out a lot. So you just got to watch how the defense plays. And earlier, if you remember, I mentioned the only time you really want to press the ball is if you're going for a blitz. So right here, Dorito immediately goes to the offense. I see that, and I immediately blitz the ball, but 2K doesn't give me the steal. The best time to really blitz the ball is if the center's in the backcourt with you. If not, it's better for you to rather try to cut the guard off or play a lane. Right here, the center's immediately worried about me, so when he immediately takes it to the rim, you want to watch your spacing. Spacing is super important, I'm telling you. And right here with the gap we have, it's 13-7. You want to hold the lead. You don't want to give up any threes. At this point, it's just about playing to win and taking what the defense gives you. But this next possession, Dorito has the ball on the far right side. He shoots another dog shot and it goes in. It's 12-13. We literally just had a lead. When you get in spots like this, the most important thing for you to win is just maintaining your composure and just keep scoring the ball. At the end of the day, it's just about taking what the defense gives you and scoring. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to force a 2. You don't have to force a 3. Just take what they give you. Especially when you get in spots like this when the game is close, it's all about just scoring the ball and just taking what the defense gives you. That's all it comes down to at the end of the day. Right here, like I said, it's more of the same thing. One is in that one bag. They decide to leave him. He shoots another dog shot, and that's a big rate on him. If the defense gives you a 3, by all means take it. If they give you the 2, take the 2, whichever works. All right, so right here, as you guys can see, they immediately throw the ball down court. Right there, I low-key could have played that lane, but overall, it was probably not in my best interest to play that lane because if you notice, my lockdown had no intention of playing that, so I had to get back. And if you notice, I immediately gambled on that pass. That could have been a big 3, so I had to play that. So that, you got to be careful with those. That's very risky, especially if your lockdown isn't back playing safety on it, or in that case, recovering for you. If you guys recall earlier, I mentioned that if I set a screen, it's situational. I'm always going to look to force the switch from the center to the guard, especially when we get in tight spots like we are right now. One decides to do the most random spin back, ends up flying the Jesus out of the big, and then shoots that and then misses. I get the dog board. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that board was crazy, but I'm not gonna lie, chat. I have faith in my teammates. I have faith in that shot, but you always want to look to crash for the rebound, no matter the circumstance. Always crash. Chat, I don't care if you're playing Billy Bo Joe. Always crash for that rebound. Right here, chat, Hezi decides to shoot probably the worst shot possible, and my brain clicked on immediately. Immediately after Hezzy pulled a J.R. Smith on my team, I V-line to the basket, going all the way around the lockdown, in the center, and getting the board. That is some big dog activity. Now, obviously, that won't always work, but sometimes in certain situations, you have to adapt to what's going on. Right here, we tell Juan to stop wasting time, stop playing around, and just take the easy two. He converts the easy dunk to put us up 14-18. Now, right here, it's 14-18. I'm on my side. Juan is on his side. At this point, it's just about us not giving up a three. Hezzy does get beat out the play, but Juan does the dumbest thing you could ever do, and that's leave the corner in that type of position. Chat, when you're in a position like this right here, it's 14-18. You don't want to give up the three. Now, in retrospect, Hezzy could have just rotated over to the lockdown, but at the same token, it's better to just let them have that two than give up that three in that type of situation, because it's 17-18. But you just made it a one-possession game. You're giving them a chance to come back. Now, with this next possession, Doritos wide open and misses a big shot. This is why boxing out is important. And you guys see, as I close out, I'm immediately looking to box out. Now, at this point, it's 17-18. My guard has badge, he has play badge, I have sharp badge. So if they don't play perfect defense right here, they pretty much lost. So I told him to run through. I'm wide open for the cheddar cheese biscuit. Bow! Why am I open, cuz? Chad, I'm telling you, it really does not take a lot to be a good center. Look at the board count. It is 5-2. I was literally dogging him. It's all about just playing smart, taking what the defense gives you, and then playing to win. That's all it comes down to. Thank you guys for all the love you guys have been showing me. If you're new, make sure you guys drop a sub, follow, turn on those post notifications. That way you can join the KGR family. And I'll see you boys in the next one. Love you guys. I'm out.